I'm leaving the noise on this video to emphasise the sound that this running creek is making. After the Fanatics Friday coffee date we did with Chris Biggs, we were talking about how much flow we have in an aquarium and how come extra flow can help with fish. And it's my belief for a very long time now that we as aquarists don't actually have enough flow going through our aquarium and often mistake turnover with flow. We often say or consider that we need to have 4, 5, 6 times the amount of turnover of our aquarium from our filter, but that doesn't always equate to how much flow and how much water movement is actually running through our aquarium, which I think is something that really needs to be considered. Recently, while researching how to spawn glow light danios, it was commented on that it needs to have extra water flow through the aquarium. I added a wave maker, and the next couple of days I was getting consistent spawns from them. Prior to this, the water movement was very low, but with including this pump, it increased significantly. Additionally to this, we can see how much the water flow is running through this river when it's hitting the rocks and how much turbulence it's making. I'd consider this river or this little creek to have just a moderate flow. You can walk through it, there's nothing too drastic to it. But we can see how much ripples are coming through and how the water is changing its path and changing its way just while it's hitting stuff. This is something I do not think that we kind of take into account when we're setting up our aquariums at home. And it is probably something we need to consider and look into when we're trying to replicate and mimic natural aquariums as much as possible. Personally, when I'm setting up aquariums, I try and mimic the natural habitat as much as I possibly can for the aquarium species that I'm keeping, including other fish that's kept with them, plants, rock, wood, and now flow rates through the aquarium. By no stretch of the imagination is every aquarium fish going to enjoy having extra flow, but there is definitely some that are going to benefit from it. The likes of pleco catfish are very much going to enjoy the extra water flow running past them and running through them. This is going to help them feel like they're in a natural body of water. I'm hoping that doing this will increase little things like this, different ways the water is moving, which will hopefully replicate more natural waterways for the fish that we're keeping, which will then bring out more natural behaviours of the fish that we are keeping.